Let's let everybody start rolling in here. Good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing this morning? Morning, Jelly Bean. Morning, Jamie. Slide that over so I can see better. It's another lovely morning here. Birds chirping, cool breeze in the air. It's supposed to get to like 87 today, though. So we're almost in October and still hitting high 80s. Like, it's just... temperature's weird. Hang on a second. I got a spot on my glasses. I got to clean off. Take the seatbelt off for a little bit. I'm not driving. I don't need it. So... hope everybody's morning is finding them in good spirits. And just hope everybody has a good day overall. We're all been blessed to be here another day, right? Hey, Doodles. Good morning to you. Jamie, I'm all over the place today. We're blessed though, but I'm all over the place today. Hey, Jen. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Joy. So my emotions are just all over the place. So tomorrow, today is the 30th, isn't it? Yep. So it means tomorrow is the 1st. That'll be 32 years since my mom passed away. So that's never a good... October is not a good month for me. It just isn't. Mentally wise, emotional wise. Tomorrow's not the 31st. Tomorrow's the 1st, isn't it? It's only 30 days in this month. All right? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, tomorrow's the 1st. Yeah, I was thinking. Thank you, Jelly Bean. Yeah, it's not... that's never a good day to go through. You know, but we ain't gonna talk much about that. Stuff doing decent, I guess. Blessed to be able to spend another day on this earth. We'll say that. Definitely grateful for that. A lot of people didn't wake up this morning. So she's doing pretty good. She's back at the room. We've talked about moving away And we're going to discuss it more when, with we're looking at different places. So we're trying to just figure out what would be the better place to go to. But works hasn't been going at all because I was terminated. So, but people sending in threatening letters. Like threatening people's lives and stuff like that, threatening mine, threatening everybody in the store. So they sent in enough until the store just decided to release me. It became a safety concern. So, yeah, it's all under investigation. The store turned in the letters to the cops. I've been talking back and forth to detectives. I agree with you on that one, Jamie. So, I do not have any money for the room today. That's I was working at Harbor Freight. It's kind of why I'm on here now, hoping to get some help with the room again today. So, Jamie, I've actually looked into a lot of stuff like that, and Tennessee's an at-will state. So they was basically like, well, they really didn't have to have a reason to let you go. They could have just let you go at any time. So, I mean, it's just, yes, I have. I've put in applications several places. Roadkill, they sent letters out to several different places. My wife did it. I accidentally let it slip where I was working. But there's a few other places that has gotten letters also. I went in to put in an application at the Dollar Tree, and when I turned it in, the guy told me, he said, "Hey," he said, "I've gotten letters about you." And it's like, he goes, "I just threw them away." He goes, "'Cause you don't work here." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, he's like, "I got two." Um, Walmart got some and turned them into the police office. They're about unaliving me and anybody else who's there. So the nut job who sent the letters is just that, a right out nut job. Like, you know, I agree with you, Space Cadet. It's like, you know, Dottie, I was at the Dyersburg store, 793. That was our store number, was 793. So, and like I said before, I can't say anything bad about that crew at the store. Oh my God, they're such a good crew. I've never started a job with a better crew. A-Lines. That crew was so good. Like everybody there would take time to like, hey, yo, I'd ask a question. I could ask anybody there, and they was just like, yeah, man, let me show you how to do this. And they was just from the store manager down to the person that was considered on my level. No, nobody should call and complain about that store because it wasn't the store's call. So nobody should ever call that store and complain about it because, like I said, there's some great people in that store. It was not the store manager's call to do it. It was HR's decision, and HR is not in that store. HR for Harbor Freight's located in California. So calling the store, it would be nothing but cause problems to some good people that I work with. So yeah, nobody should call and complain about that store because the store is great. The people are great. It wasn't there. There was nobody in that store's decision to let me go. That came from above them. I mean, I sat there and heard the store manager, go to bat for me. So, Dottie, I have. Is that yours? That's not a question. You said just a serious question, and you make a statement. So if you got a question, you can ask it. Anybody can ask any questions. Exposed. Wanda White. Still not a question. That's still a statement. When it was the first letter, man, they took every precaution they could. Hey, we want you to park closer to the store where cameras are out. The way if anything happens, anything comes up, we've got it on camera. We'll be willing to send you to a different store to work. If you feel threatened by anybody, let us know. They was they was taking a lot of precautions, but when the letters just kept coming, exposed. I don't know. I might have. So, yeah, Shelby. Though I asked 100 times and then get mad when I'm telling the story. It's like I don't get it. It's like I just don't understand. Oh no, actually, that is horrible. I wouldn't even know what to do for a fur baby having seizures. We definitely will. Definitely will, Ashley. Good morning, Amber. Kelly girl, nearest place to donate plasma is about 35, 40 minutes away. And due to one of the meds that I take for my blood pressure, I cannot donate plasma. Amber, it's just another day, I guess. Trying to keep the room, exposed can 100% blame some of the awareness groups for that. Because the ones who sit there and say we have to take care of this situation by any means necessary and encourage people to call places. Because, I mean, you look at the one bald-headed dude with the tattoos, Mike. He encourages people. He'll sit there and say, I will pay somebody to get this information for me for somebody. So he encourages people. I'm not saying all awareness does it, but some of them do. So, yeah. When you're sitting there and you're saying we've got to do whatever it takes to get these people offline and do this and do that, and somebody takes that as, well, hey, this will do it. So, Red Crown, I don't know. I'm taking it a day at a time, you know. I mean, I'm looking for more work now. I mean, I've got applications in places. I'm looking for more work. You know, it's not like this happened 3 or 4 months ago. Cali girl, if you want to call the place in Jackson and ask them how come they told me I couldn't donate with one of the meds I took, I will gladly let you do that. You know, I mean, when I would ride up there with a buddy of mine, he was like, man, I'm going to go donate plasma. And I was like, man, can I ride with you? And I get up there and I'm listing all the medications that I take for my blood pressure and my diabetes. And they take me back there. They're looking at paperwork that I filled out. And they was like, oh, how many times a day do you take this? And I was like, I take it once. And they was like, it's going to make you ineligible to donate plasma. $70 is the goal for the day. Lisa, it's not. Leaving social media is not. Simply because I left TikTok, I left Facebook, I left Instagram, I left it all behind. And every day I was getting messages, screenshots from friends that I had made online. Hey, man, they're still talking about you. They've made a whole Reddit page following you around town, taking pictures of you now. So it didn't stop. I'm located in Tennessee, Libby. I don't have to be in here watching anything either, so. We used to battle. My wife had a TikTok shop going on. She was doing coffee tutorials on a different TikTok. She had her own where she was doing coffee tutorials because the girl loves coffees and everything. Always prayers are welcome. Prayers are always welcome. But when we go to battle, we get rushed with we can't even finish a battle anymore because people go to the other person's battle and talk about how horrible of a person we are, and it's just that and the other, and the battles get dropped. Yes, I remember Buff Bagwell. He recently just had a leg amputated. We applied for housing, Section 8, West Tennessee homeless, and everything else. We've been on Section 8 list for over a year. We've been on the West Tennessee homeless list for close to a year. I have nothing for today. $70 for the room, and I have nothing for it. And if we don't get it, we'll stay in the car. I mean, you know, we've stayed in the car a lot. Hey, Mahana. It's quite a long list here. I don't know how long it is. I know we've been on it for a long time. Thank you. Have a blessed day. I'm trying to find another job. I was working. I mean, I was working and was starting to do better. I mean, I'll tell my wife to post stuff on the TikTok shop. She's the one that did all that stuff. I don't really have a clue how that actually works. So, but I'll tell her to put some items on our thing we had, and it'll be out there. Hey, CJ, have a blessed day. I just tagged. Excuse me. I just tagged you in it. The room is $70. Sarah, it's like I want to be honest on the application about job history, but it's like, how do you explain that to you know, how do you explain you go into a job and you're like, well, I lost my last job because threatening letters came in, and there's an investigation going on there. You know, how do you explain that? You know, no, Angela's not upset with anybody. She's back at the hotel right now. I'd go away from the hotel. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Weekly rates are cheaper. Weekly rates $320 for the whole week. Thank you for that. That puts the goal. That puts us only needing $60 for the room. I really appreciate that. If anybody can help with anything towards it, it would, be appreciated. I have filed for unemployment. I don't know if I'll get it or not. I mean, a whole week would be great, but um, I mean, that's something that could be looked at. But I don't know. This past Monday was the first Monday, I guess yesterday, was the first day that I did the call in for it, because they tell you after you file for it to call. Still call like you're going through the process. So, y'all don't have to be here, guys. If you don't like what's going on or anything like that, you don't like my live, y'all don't have to be here. Lisa, there's more hatred on this page than anything on this app. Not this page, this app. Um, so, yeah. I do a call-in number, so I'm deleting rude comments as soon as they come in. You know, I'm not going to tolerate a bunch of rude comments. So, and it looks like I'm getting spammed right now, so I'll have to get off here and change it here in a minute, because a bunch of... No, the truth isn't a rude comment, but when people come in here rude, talking about, oh, your dad still hates you and stuff like that, yeah, kicking you out of here. And if anybody doesn't like if they come in here and they're complaining about what I'm talking about and what I'm doing and having to ask for help, yeah, I'm going to block you. I'm going to make your day a little bit easier for you. You're not going to be able to see it. Because if you're coming in here complaining about it, talking about how you wished you didn't have to see stuff like this, I'll make that wish come true. So, I mean, it's kind of just that simple. I'm fixing to have to close it and probably come back on private, because I'm getting spammed with a bunch of weird names, and they're fixing to try to spam my live to get it shut down. Or I've done said 100 times, churches do not help in this area. I was like, my wife handles that stuff. I don't know anything Um, oh yeah, I know. It's nothing new. They do it every time I get on here. Yeah, Shelby, it's some spam accounts. No, it's not cold here. I wished it was cooler here though. I mean, it's not bad. Hey, Tulsa, the high days will be like 87, but it's like trying to space cadet, but it's like I like cold weather, so I like spring when it's about winter, and I love winter. We got a thunderstorm coming through one day this week, and then I seen a couple of days the high was going to be in the 70s. Uh, like yeah, I knew you was close to us. I was terminated. Tell you, perfect day to me is the high is about 60, 61, 62, somewhere in that ballpark. And the low is in the high 40s, 48. That's the perfect day. Uh, and I still wear shorts in that weather. You know, that's that's the beautiful time of year for me. So yeah, a lot of those viewers are troll accounts. I mean, they're just flat out troll accounts. Um, so because when you get like I am $60 short from covering our hotel room for the day. It's me and my wife, and our little fur baby. You too, Britt. Um, and any help towards that would be appreciated. Probably would. Lake's on fire, but I'm just trying to get through today to I'm just trying to get through one day at a time. Um, I do have a CA you can send it to. If you, I mean, it don't matter. They all know it anyway. So the room is $70 a day or $320 for a week. I know people asked about weekly rates and stuff, but weekends aren't hiring. This one's hey Carrie, this one's just a little locally owned place. They don't do the whole weekends hire stuff. Um, they have it set for a lot of people who are in our situations. It needs a place to stay. My official separation letter is being mailed to me. with my last check. So I don't know what they have put down for the official reason. HR told me that it was because the letters was being sent in, but I don't know what is on the paperwork. So the one that was asking about my Cash App, Amelia, I tagged you in it. I don't know if you've seen that. Um, they said they mailed it. They put it in the mail Friday, so I'm hoping that it comes today, tomorrow. Amelia, a whole week is $320. Well, the thing is with paying it like that is, yeah, could get an apartment, but when you're paying it out by the day, yeah, I'm $60 short for the day. I've got till probably 12 o'clock here to pay it. Yeah, it's like you get in this cycle of, okay, well, I'm paying it by the day because I'm short for the week, and then and I was paying out my paycheck weekly. So, hey, Amy, how are you? No, Mary Green, that's for today. Um, we have stayed in the car several times. Hey, Holly and Ben. I don't know if we have a Job Corps here or not. I've never seen it anywhere. I've never heard anybody speak of Job Corps here. So I'm trying to keep up with everything too and answer everybody's questions. Patriot Mama, I have somewhere I can have my mail sent. So my labor department, no. We do have some temp agencies, and I've activated my uh, application there. So yeah, We already have our food stamps. And had to send a bunch of stuff into that because people calling them. Seriously. There's an investigation going on about us for them, but I sent all the cash out, and PayPal and Venmo information into them, and we got them back. So it's both of us. I've put in applications everywhere in this town. And I get up every morning with a list of phone calls to make. And I've been calling them around. And few places are telling me, hey, we're about to hire for seasonal. Keep calling us. You know. Thank you, Cherry Jacks. I need $60 is what we're short right now. Gotten help with 10. Let's just go ahead and get rid of Jack. He ain't been doing nothing but being a smart butt the whole time he's been in here. I do have cash out. Cherry Jacks, I'll tag you in the CA. Gotta remember to stop saying it. Cherry Jacks, I tagged you in it. Actually, she's doing pretty good. I've put back in for DoorDash and I've signed up for Spark. So, yeah. They always stream. I don't care. They just. Thank you for letting me know, though. So. Not even for sure what gig work is. Kate, I'm trying to come up with the money, trying to get some help with the money for our hotel rooms for today. Well, I'm still needing $60 out of the 70, so that tells you anything. We don't have any campgrounds here in this town, and the closest state park that I know of is probably Reelfoot State Park, and that's about 40 minutes away. John, I was working on fixing our situation. Situation was getting better. I was paying for the room with my paychecks. I got tags for my car. We got the new tires on it that we needed, and things were starting to get better until I got fired because of threatening letters coming in from some nut job off of this app. So thank you for the prayer there. Appreciate that, Homestead. So things was getting better. We was changing the situation, and then you know I got off this app. I was off this app for a while. I was off Facebook. I was off all social media, and it never stopped. Cherry Jacks. Yeah, we're in Northwest Tennessee. Yeah, well, I'll just go ahead. The mods are working overtime today. I've missed some stuff that has been said. I'm sorry. I'm trying to go back, and Cherry Jacks asked if we lived in Tennessee, Western Tennessee. Jinx, my wife did slip up and say it while I was on a live at one point. But then they actually they mailed in letters to several different places. Thank you, pizza. I don't like people when they ask the honest question, but when you come on here and you're just beating the same stuff in the mud, you know, and I answer the questions and you keep asking the same questions. So, yeah. We may, Tulsa, if they're doing the mods that are in here are doing a pretty good job, but it's a lot of trolls popping in that are. I'm really surprised they haven't spammed me hard yet. I have put back in for my DoorDash to reactivate that, and I've put in for Spark. All right, Tulsa, I definitely trust you to do it, but if it gets too far out of hand, and right now it's pretty under control. Could be a lot worse. I was in here earlier just by myself, so I haven't got the mechanical issue with the car fixed. That was the next step. Uh, Not 100% sure if it's the tie rod on the right side. There's a knock in the right side. When we changed the tire and put it on, it looked pretty decent, but that's just me looking at it. So, God, how many accounts do you need to be on TikTok, guy? It's like, seriously. I have this account and a backup account. That's it. This guy's he's done popped in on 3 different accounts saying the same stuff. It's like, some people, I just don't understand them. So yeah, I drive the car around town and stuff, but it's just it makes a bad sound. It does do that. Halloween hippie, they are that. There is a lot of hate on this app, an unimaginable amount of hate. Um, it is hard to get out of the. Once you get in that rut, it's hard to get out of it. Um, so yeah, they ain't gonna do that, hippie. They're gonna stay here and try to cause as many problems as they can. Some of them do. So South Central, I've never heard of that. It is. It's like, I don't understand how they can make an account so fast. Like, I can block this one person, and then it seems like a minute later he's back on here with a different account. Hey, 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 hey. You know, that's who I was talking about, Tulsa. And then get on there and talk about how they don't do anything wrong. They don't do this, they don't do that, but we'll make accounts. Uh, we'll make accounts with these horrible names on them, and they all think it's funny. You know, I don't understand it. They don't have the work to let 2 people work there to pay for the room. It could possibly um, be most likely be tomorrow. We're not checked out of the hotel yet. We're Angela's still back at the room. Uh, it should be pretty still by now. I was sending a text just a second ago. I'll have to keep that in mind to not move it around a whole lot when I'm sending a text. So He's got to have more than that because, uh, well, I was sending a personal text, not another text. Uh, but I was doing it with just one hand. So I'll be sure to hold it with both hands next time I send a text. It's like, I don't understand it. Like, why? And he does it on the fly, too, because he takes stuff that you say and starts making the accounts. I do not, Brinson. And they seem like we covered all that last time. Like, I'm going to send a text, but I'm going to hold it with both hands. Is that better? I'm trying to find a reason to smile and laugh and everything else around here. Yeah, he was about to get blocked by me because he came on here yesterday with the exact same question. So, um, why would I want a dozen donuts? Jeez. That's crazy. I hate that he passed. I definitely hate hearing that. It's, losing a fur baby sucks, but man, that much to have them cremated is just insane. It's like they charge so much for everything. Sweet mama, you said it right. Sorry, I had my finger over the button or my microphone. Yeah, my bad, guys. We lost our little Chewini back in 2023, and it still bothers me to this day. Like that was my shadow. Definitely sucks losing a fur baby. We'll definitely keep you in our prayers and stuff over that. Yep, and you just got blocked again. Thank you, Tulsa. Appreciate that. Both hands again. Okay. No. Thank you for all the gifts, Tulsa. We appreciate that. Ours was named Little Bit. Hey, Naya, how are you doing? Doing good. Been better. Been worse. So we're doing pretty good. So just to kind of retouch back on it, we are $60 short of covering the room. If anybody can help with anything towards that. Somebody riding a wheel here? Oh, one of them electric bikes. What else? Wow. Who's got a motor on his bike? An electric bike. Thank you for that information, Sam B. Oh, I'm at a ball field, so it's like I'm nowhere near where we're staying. Thank you for the heads up on that, though. I left the motel that we're staying at for that reason. Like nobody can figure out from looking at my glasses and my surroundings and okay, thank you, Apple user. Um, and also they can't send a letter in to the hotel saying I'm on their Wi-Fi, using their Wi-Fi to do illegal activities. Because that was in the letter that Guardians of Valor sent to the Emerald Inn. We was using their Wi-Fi for illegal activities. So, what if we have to stay in the car? That's where that's where we will be. Obviously, if we could get a hotel room, that'd be great. But if we can't, we can't. I mean, what do they get out of making some of those comments like that? I don't understand it. It's like trying to rage bait me, trying to get me to go into a rage so they've got a video to post. Thank you, Apple user. I mean, it's crazy. It is crazy. Like I said, and if we have to stay in the car, we'll just have to stay in the car. It's staying in the car is not an ideal situation, especially when you have to use the restroom. You've got to eat. You've got to, every time you got to go to the restroom, you got to drive somewhere to go. There's no chance of getting anything you can warm up in a microwave or use the air fryer for. So it's all just, Hey, Ashley. So, but we've stayed in the car before, so we know how it goes. Lord, if you find something, it's not really the rent, it's getting it going. It's application fees to get, for them to run your credit and all that stuff, for see if you can even get a place. Then it's the first and last month's rent. Then it's a deposit. Then it's, if you got a fur baby, it's a deposit on them. So it's the situation where it's like rent. We could find a 1-bedroom apartment for like $600-700 a month. In some places, it's just, you go to apply. The one place, I'm looking at apartment buildings right now that we applied for. I spent $50 for an application fee just to get told that I didn't make enough money, because they wanted me to make 3 times the amount of the rent in a month. So, and the rent was $700, and that was with the fur baby deposit every month, $50 extra every month for her. So they wanted me to make $2,100 to be able to be considered to live there. Excuse me. And then they wanted first and last month's rent, $1,400. And then they wanted a $500 security deposit. So now we're at $1,900. And then they wanted an extra $200 for the deposit on the fur baby, and then $50 extra a month on the rent for her. So it was $2,100 to move into a 1-bedroom apartment that I'm looking at right now. So, and yeah, but I didn't have $2,100, and it's not like I'm walking up and paying $2,100 for a hotel at one time. So, Randall, I agree with you. And I paid $70 to a place called Rental City down here for theirs, just to get told that my credit wasn't good enough, and if I could come up with a co-signer on my lease, they would let me rent a 2-bedroom apartment for $900. That was $900 plus $450 for the deposit, plus a one-time $300 non-refundable deposit for Juju. So we're running at $1,750 for that one. And I didn't get any of this money back from the applications. I put in $210, I think it was, worth of application fees to ever be told that I didn't make enough money when I was working at, or I didn't have good enough credit. So, and I'm sitting here looking at like what do you do? I'm in a situation where I'm paying so much for a hotel. Then we gotta have gas. We gotta have you gotta live. So you're in the cycle of everything you're taking is for that. And we've been on the list for public housing for over a year. Yeah. So it's yeah, should just get on here and just beg for the apartment, right? Grandma of 3. I seen you say fair question and no disrespect, but I didn't see the question. Oh, I scrolled up until I found it. At this point right now, no, I do not have any income coming in because I was terminated from my job a couple weeks ago. So, oh yeah, I mean, it's just like at this point, it's like the Welcome Center is it's out on Highway 51. It's outside of town. When we have to park and stay in our car, we have a pretty safe place. Um, so, I mean, this week, that's a couple of weeks. So, that's just my time frame of thinking. Yeah, back at the first of the year, I had the money to get in a house. We just couldn't find anything that we could get into. The mail won't run till sometime this afternoon. So, yeah, back at the first of the year, I had the money to do it. I had the money in hand to get a place. And said, hey, we need this amount of income, or you don't have the credit for it. The income is great, but you just don't have the credit for it. Go find a cosigner to be put on your lease. And it's like I've never thought I'd hear the words, you need a cosigner to rent an apartment. You know, we have talked about moving several times. Right now, we don't even have the resources to move. I mean, it's just. I can say right now, yeah, we want to go to Nashville. I've got an eighth of a tank of gas. Amber, I'm going to message you when I get off here. Thank you, Apple. But like I'm saying, I think y'all missed what I was saying on that. I don't have the resources to get there. I legit have $10 to my name that someone gave me towards the room. $60 short for the room here. I'm not making it to another town to find the resources on $10. You know, because it still costs money to up and leave, right? It's like I think so many people kind of don't think they don't take that into any type of consideration when they talk about just leave the area you're in. It takes money to leave the area, you know. And I'm gonna be. We've had several people on here. I am Kim. I just don't know when it's coming. We've had several people on here offer, hey, make it here and you can stay with me and make it here. And, it's not that I don't trust that person. It's just hard to trust anybody off this app. I mean, it really is. It's hard. I understand y'all not wanting to trust me. I get it. Big, I'm going day to day. I mean, that's as honest as I can be about that answer. I'm going day to day at this point. Um, we get today, we take care of today, we get through it, and we worry about tomorrow when tomorrow gets here. That's the only thing I can do at this point with that. Um, it's not coming from the same town. Our HR department that does all that stuff is out of California. Apple, I definitely have heard you say save the money several times this live. I get what you're saying. I understand it. I'm just you're just really beating the dead horse with that at this point. I understand it. I've heard it. I've seen it. I've read it about 15 times at this point. Chandler, I tell you right now, the only thing that's kind of keeping me in this town or wanting to be close to it is what little bit of family we still have left. And love them to death. Love their kids. And I even if we moved off, I don't want to move off too far because I don't want to miss them growing up. They have helped us every way they can. They jeopardized their own place a few nights to let us sleep on their couch because their landlord doesn't like sleepover company. I know that's crazy, but it's actually in their lease work where, hey, you've got to approve this for so many nights. And they have fed us when we didn't have anything to eat. They have helped us every way they can. Hey, Jacqueline. They're the ones that I know that if they had the space and had a bigger place and had an extra bed or didn't even have that situation with the landlord saying, hey, not this, we would be there. They would help us get on our feet. Trucking dummy 100%. When you're trying to get through the day that's in front of you at this moment, I'm trying to get through today. After I get through today, we can worry about tomorrow. Now, that doesn't always mean the day's over with when I'm through today. If a miracle happened and I got the $60 that we need for the room, then we start worrying about tomorrow. We start trying to take care of. Just because I'm saying we've got to take care of today before we take care of tomorrow doesn't mean nothing for tomorrow would be taken care of or even worried about or even done about. Uh, so it's like when I say I've got to worry about today, today's issue is a hotel room. Constantly working, constantly looking for work. Yes. Randall, I'm sitting here trying to think exactly. Tomorrow will worry about itself. I don't know the Bible verse and I cannot quote it verbatim, but it's don't worry about tomorrow. Worrying about tomorrow still your today. Or it's that's not a direct quote. I can't remember it. But it's like when I say I've got to worry about today's, I got to take care of today's problems before I can take care of tomorrow's problems, right? I can't, I can't not. And I get that. And see, what y'all don't know is I wake up every morning and I've got a list of phone calls that I make, and that's people that I put in applications for, and they're like, hey, you know, following up on them. Hey, I put in an application, want to do is follow up on that. I called one person so many times that when I was working at, not Tractor Supply, when I was working at Harbor Freight, I've never worked at Tractor Supply. When I was working at Harbor Freight, the guy came in, was getting him some things, came up, I, was checking them out, and I said something to him. He goes, man, your voice sounds so familiar. And he looked at my name tag, and it said Tim, and he goes, you ever called? And he named the place about a job, and I was like, yeah, I was trying to get a job, and called you every day. And he goes, man, I was actually getting worried about you because you stopped calling. And I was like, I got a job. But I call people every day about a job. Had a job and was working. I think that's one of the things people are missing here. Because for the time where I wasn't on live, and people were DMing me daily, checking on us because they hadn't seen us in a while. Because I was working. I was working all the time, and I was paying our bills, and I was doing things we needed to do. So it's like, I don't know what to say to people sometimes with that stuff, because it's really like, hey, um, yeah, yeah, exactly. And then you get the old dreaded, well, keep your application on file, which that means they're not going to call you. That's weird. I've thought about the CDL thing. I'm willing to do any kind of work. I really am. I'm trying to stay in retail because it is a little bit easier on my body. Um, you know, um, and that's not. I do have a bad knee, have a bad hip. I'm a big guy. I'm trying to lose some weight. Um, so I was trying to stay in something with retail associated. Something like that, where it's not the beat up pace of a factory. So the factories is what broke me down. Well, Randall, that would be awfully nice of you, but I would have to go get trained and everything else for that because I have no idea how to drive a truck. Not a truck like that. If it doesn't, a school bus driver just work a couple hours in the morning, a couple hours in the evening? Never drove. I used to drive the big P1100s for FedEx. Roadkill, I wished I could. I wished I could. Or a van or something like that. We actually looked into that. Honestly, never thought about looking into being a bus driver. I didn't even know what the requirements was for it. Spent most of my time in factories. I spent most of my life in factories. Drive a forklift, all that stuff. But like I said, I'm trying to stay away from factories because I just physically can't do the factory work now. I used to work for FedEx in Humboldt. I used to drive a truck for them. Okay, Jen. I'll check into that. That's something I would definitely check into. Because the thing is, a lot of people are like, hey, do the truck driving. I don't have a CDL. I don't know how to drive. I don't know how to drive a big truck. I don't know how to pull a trailer like that. So I would have to go to school for it. You know, and unfortunately going to school for it, unless I found some place that was paid training. Randall, I never thought about signing up for college classes or anything like that. Wished I'd have did something like that when I was younger. I did go to, I went to Tennessee College of Applied Technology vocational school. And I went there for mechanical drafting, and I got all my certifications for that and everything. And thought there was going to be more job opportunities for that here. And there wasn't. I really wish I'd have got it for something else. I wish I'd have spent that time to get it for HVAC or something like that. She is back at the hotel. When I go live now, I don't stay anywhere close to where we're staying. I figure if I'm not around where I'm staying, nobody can figure out, from my glasses or my surroundings they see behind me or something. And nobody can call in and say that or nobody can send a letter like Guardians did saying that I'm using the Wi-Fi for illegal activities and get us kicked out of the room. I have an application in for Walmart. We don't have Target here, and I have an application in for virtually every fast food place in this town. We've tried to get an apartment based on our income, and there's a waiting list a mile long for those places here. So, but she's done pretty good live life. I only answered half that question. It's pretty cool. Angela couldn't get her. She don't have a driver's license, and with her epilepsy, she's not driving anyway. So, yeah, there's no way I would put her behind the wheel of this car, more or less an 18-wheeler. It's just not worth her health. Yeah, she can still roll with me. It's not worth her health or anybody else's, life if something happened going down the road. She does not draw disability. Carrie, you are right about that. Stress beyond belief, but trying to just pray through it. That's all we can really do, right? $12. Angela just texted me and said they're giving us till 12 o'clock. There's usually usually I can pay it by then. So it is Rhonda. She's been turned down some too, and finding an attorney and stuff, and that's kind of the process we're going through with it now. So. I didn't know she or whoever that is streaming me, but well, I've never just seen somebody just admit that they're with awareness. That is a first. Usually they beat around the bush and say no. Jennifer, the room is $70 a day. Unfortunately, the only thing I have is $10. So we're still $60 short for the room. Trying to get any help at all for it. We've called one from Memphis, but they said that it was a little. They advised us to get hold to somebody in Jackson. So we've called a couple places in Jackson, and we're just kind of waiting to hear back from them on that. And it's crazy though, Rhonda, about your daughter lost her leg and still hasn't gotten. I mean, I figured that would move you up the list pretty quick. Jennifer, the churches around here will not help you with a hotel. I've asked all of them for help. They'll help you with the utility bill. Most of them will. Or they'll help you with a little bit of food. And then usually the food they give out, and I understand they're giving out what they have and they're getting what they're getting as donations. But let me say this. For people who donate to food banks, keep in mind that not everybody has accessibility to be able to cook the food that you're donating. It's great that you're donating. That is great. I've learned this in our time of being in our situation. Glenda, yeah, you know, Glenda's from Dyersburg. You know. Uh, yeah, sometimes they do only accept certain things, but it's like a lot of people don't take in consideration, like, um, listen, how much a pop top can means to somebody. It's like you're struggling, you're homeless, you're living in a car, you're living in a tent, you might be living in a hotel, you might not have access to be able to open a can of food, and that's something nobody takes in consideration. And I didn't either until I got in this spot. So if you're, it may cost a little bit more, but if you're going to buy to donate, you know, yeah, and a lot of people don't even have the dollar. So chances are, if you're having to go to a food bank just to feed yourself or feed your family, then you might not have that chance to go buy a can opener. I'm not making up an excuse for anything. I'm just telling the truth on that. Like I'm just saying, hey, when people donate food to food bank, it's like, how's that making up an excuse? So the guy living out on the street trying to, living in a tent may not have that dollar to go buy a can opener. So the only thing I'm saying is take that and, hey, it's 82 cents for this can with a can opener, or it's 89 cents for a pop top. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know how y'all twisting that into anything else. It's like, that's crazy. How are y'all twisting that into something bad? I'm just saying. How are y'all not understanding what I'm saying? The only thing I'm saying is, y'all have never struggled for anything, have y'all? I'm not even telling a story about me or anything. I'm just stating something that, hey, people donate. A pop top means so much to somebody who doesn't have a can opener and they're hungry. That's all I'm saying. It's like, I was talking about the food banks. Somebody said go to your church, and I said some of them have food banks. But some of the stuff they give you in the food banks, if you can't cook it, you can't cook, right? They give you a pack of pork chops, and you have no way to cook a pack of pork chops. Max, you're just in here being a dick right at this point. Like, if you're really arguing over that point, I'm just saying, like, I was just saying a point of food banks get stuff, and sometimes people can't use it because they don't have no way to use it. If you're homeless living in a tent, you don't have electricity, how are you going to cook something? You're going to a food bank to get something to eat, something to drink, and you can't afford a can opener. A pop top would be great. You know, but it's like, okay, build a fire. I'm done with this. I'm done with y'all. Y'all, I'm not arguing with y'all anymore. Somebody asked a question. Not blocking people spreading awareness of truth. A lot of the stuff that y'all are spreading aren't true. It isn't true. But because somebody says it is, y'all take it as the gospel and y'all run with it. Hey, James, we're doing pretty decent, I guess. How are you doing, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Well, your post could have been filtered by TikTok, so I don't know. Grandma of 3. Angela is back at the room right now. All right, Carrie. God, I wish we had a van. We looked into trading this car for a van, but or you're tired of it, Vanessa? I can make. You'll never see me again unless you come in here on another account. Hey, Isabella. Yeah, I wish we had a van. It doesn't, James. If it was a running van, man, that would be ideal. I would take seats out the back, put us a little mattress back there, and we would hold up in it until we got the money to get back on our feet. We've stayed in this car a lot. The car does get old because you can't fully stretch out, you know. Cheaper girl, you're talking about the canvas tent living? I watch her stuff. They're getting a shed added on too. Yeah, that would be great. Charms is a great job up there. Yeah, a van would be so much better. James, are you trying to sell the van or? I'm a little confused on that, James. Hey, Queen. James, that would be a miracle. I will definitely DM you here in a minute. No, I'm nowhere near Cincinnati. I'm located in Tennessee. Yeah, somebody was asking me if I was in Cincinnati. That is Cincinnati, ain't it? Yeah. Yeah, James, I knew you was located here in Tennessee. I just don't remember where. And I would take any good resources there is, but I'll tell you, a lot of people say that, and um, they come up with West Tennessee Homeless Solution and stuff like that, and I've been on their list forever. I'm in Dyersburg, Tennessee. James, I will DM you and talk to you about all that stuff. That would be a dream getting something like that, but I don't know how I would get to Alabama to get it and then get back. Okay, and just that would take a little figuring out of everything, but would definitely be a blessing and a half, you know. But I'm closing in on. Hey, Carrie. Um, why be so rude? That's the question I have for this Matilda person that has no life. Why be so rude about things? You actively work with the awareness group that Just Stop Already and them has. Um, why are you so rude? Why make all these different accounts with different names or you're trying to hurt my feelings with? And I didn't block that account when it joined, just so you have an opportunity to actually answer that question, like a man, face to face, or as face to face as it can get with your a picture of myself. Why? Why do you feel the need to be that rude? Like, what's going on with you, man? Do you need prayer? Do you need prayed over? There's 206 people in here. I'm sure at least half of us in here are Christians that would gladly pray for you, man. Pray for whatever demon has a hold of your life that makes you such a horrible person every day. That makes you get up out of your bed and go, how can I make someone else's day bad? I pray for you, man, that releases you someday. Whatever it is that has a hold of you, I pray that it releases you. So, whatever you know, I do pray for my own. So do not block cardboard box sales. Not yet. I do pray for my own soul. I pray for myself every day. I pray to have the strength to get through every day. No, he's right there. Cardboard box sales. I pray for the strength to get through every day. And, buddy, I'm going to pray that whatever has a hold of you that makes you such a bitter, horrible person releases it. And then someday that you can see that. I pray for Angela, too. I pray for a lot of people. I do it daily. So, saying that is just. And I'm going to pray for you, too. So, definitely will. We all need prayers. We all do. And all this hate and out of all this hate and stuff that goes on in this world, that's the only thing that gets us out of it. You know. You know what? And those videos was from a time where we was needing prayers over us. Those videos from a time that we was arrogant and we was cocky about some stuff and we needed the prayers over it. Those are from a different time. So, I'm just saying, man. I cannot be any more nicer to you at this moment, and you're just sitting there. Blazed, I don't have an issue sleeping in the car. We've done it several times. We have done it weeks at a time. What has what gotten me? Praying? It's gotten me closer to the Lord. Okay, Wendy. Yeah, I'll get you blocked. I actually forgot to unblock you. That's my fault. What? I'm reading the chat. I'm reading everything that's being said. I've tread on a lot of people. You know, I've done things in my past that I'm not proud of. But you know what? I don't have to get forgiveness from you or anybody else. Because I've asked the Lord to forgive me and I've been forgiven. I answered him, Grandma. I answered him pretty clear. You know, yeah, I handled paying those people back wrong. I never said I didn't. I'm just trying to pay them back. Paid back some of it. I haven't paid it all back. I'm an arrogant, rude person. And you're showing everybody in this chat exactly how you are. I stepped back and I took a big look at my life. And you know, and I realized a lot of things could have went a different way for me if I'd have done this, and this would have been a different way if I'd have done that. I can't go back and change anything in the past. Oh, Tulsa, it's okay. It's okay. If I could go back and change something in my past, would I change something that led me here, or would I change something else? Who knows? But the only thing I'm saying is I'm sitting here and I'm showing you kindness, and you're still being rude. I've gotten $10 today. I'm $60 short for the room. And I was paying them back. But yet you still get on here and you make these accounts with these horrible names. Y'all still get on here and y'all make these cartoons about us. Brother, I forgive you for everything you've said bad about me, for everything you've made fun of me about. You're forgiven in my eyes. I'm letting it go. It's your decision, but knowing in my eyes that you're forgiven for everything you said about me, for every time you made fun of my weight, for every time you made fun of my wife, for saying that she never had cancer, for saying she never said, she's never had she's never been sick, she doesn't have epilepsy, all the fake things y'all said about her and made fun of her and made fun of my size and everything. Yeah. Exactly, Wendy. And I'm not saying that this guy sent the letter. I'm not saying the other people sent the letter. I'm saying somebody that, listen, I know I was the one that was sat there and went with my wife through everything she went through. I know what the doctors told us. It's that simple. So, I've said my piece to you. I didn't block this account. I'll let you try to say your piece. I'll let you try to answer any question. But the only thing you can do is get on here and say the same stuff over and over and over and over. I'm not holding no more ill intent in my heart for you guys. Oh, I know it does, Wild Child. They go after people who try to help. You know. So, and with that, Matilda, Jackson, Cardboard Box Sales, whatever your name wants to be right now, you go ahead and you continue to do that. But I'll pray for you that whatever demons has you that makes you such an, an a horrible soul right now, I pray they let you go one day. And all this hate and animosity that you have for people on TikTok that you don't even know, it doesn't, anything I do in my life doesn't affect anything in your life, but it does because you let it affect it. And I let you guys affect my life long enough. So I'm not letting that happen anymore. I don't care anymore. I forgive wholeheartedly. And I tell you, by saying that and letting that go right now, I feel better. Retha Ann, exactly. It's like nothing I do today is going to affect anybody's lives on TikTok in any big way. I mean, come on. But it affects some of their life so much to the point, and it's not just me; it's other creators that get on here and they cover. They feel they have to be on here constantly doing this stuff. So I tell you what I'm about to do. I'm about to go pick up Angela. We don't have the money for the room today. It is what it is. We're $60 short. She had a full hysterectomy. They removed the cancerous cells. And luckily, she didn't have to go through any kind of chemo. So, with that being said, it's crazy. It's listen, I've never not said that I didn't handle the situation with paying these people back right. I've never not said that. I've always owned that. The local churches do not help. And I'll explain why they don't. We had a place named Matthews. We still have a place named Matthews 2540. Excuse me, guys. They will help you with utility bills and food when they have it. Let me finish what I'm saying. Why the churches don't help around here. You might find a church that would help you if you go to it and stuff like that. You know, somebody in the church, they might help you with it. Matthews 2540 came down and paid for somebody a hotel room for 2 weeks one time. They used to do it all the time. They pay for people's rooms. Someone trashed the room out. Completely trashed it out. Thousands of dollars worth of damage to the room. Matthews 2540 was on the hook for that. So once that happened and the word kind of got out that, hey, this is what happened to us, the churches stopped going down and giving hotel vouchers and paying for hotels. I mean, I'm just giving you the answer to that. They don't help with that around here. Call around and ask. If for the people who don't believe me, just look up Dyersburg, Tennessee and just start calling churches. So, but I'm going to have to get off here because it's going to take me a few minutes to get back to the hotel, and then it's going to take us a few minutes to get everything out of the hotel. So, probably just going to texting Angela, let her know. Thank you all for the prayers. Thank you all for coming in, chatting with us. Might be back on, try to see if we can get it to where we can go back and get the room for the night. It is what it is, guys. Thank you, everyone, for the prayers. Thank you all for everything. Thank you, saves lives. I have text on the back end a couple of times and asked for a little bit of help to get some gas or something to eat. Well, I didn't have a few dollars. Yeah, I have. So, but no, Cash App's not hitting. I've got $10. That's all I've got. I didn't get the money. I'm gonna go pick up the wife and our stuff, and we'll be in the car. So, is that Lene or Linnea? And the hatred in your heart, Mama, I would be praying that goes away for you. Thank you, Trisha. Hey, Monkey. A lot of stuff that I say is I can show proof that Carrie, I'm about to get off. I'm gonna go pick up Angela. So if you just want to hang in, it's all right. So I can tell the truth and show the proof, and people will still tell me I'm lying. So, but I know in my heart, I'm telling the truth. I've not been worried one time about these criminal charges they're all saying they're going to be pressed against me, because I've done nothing criminal. So, and with that said a while ago, like I do wholeheartedly forgive anybody who's talked bad about me, who's trashed me out. And be praying for you too, because you seem like you need it. Texas Mama. Death by deception, saying that I get on here and I tell people I need money, and I get the money and I don't use it for what it's for. But I have a long list of receipts showing hotels being paid for, food being paid for. So if I get on here and I tell you, hey, I need $70 for a hotel, it's going for the hotel. You know, I'm not taking $70 and going out and buying clothes and stuff like that. It goes to the motel. If I say, hey, I need $20 for gas, it goes in the gas tank. And I use my card for everything. So I have a long list of receipts, actual receipts, not screenshots like they're called receipts on here. But guys, I've got to get off here. I got to go pick her up. We didn't get the help we needed today. So y'all just keep praying for us, and we'll keep praying for everybody else in the chat, guys. And y'all have a good one.